Hi everyone, a huge welcome. It's Janice. So today I want to do something that's very special to me. And it was just, I was looking the other day and I saw that I just had this box of absolute flops that I had just, thrown into a box. And I just thought, surely there's something I can do with them. So I'm going to show you how I've upcycled. And I've done something very special for myself. So I'm going to use this one just because it's got a really nice sparkly background and it will fit in perfectly with what I'm going to do. And so what I've done is I've just done a very light sanding on the top just to give a bit of grip to whatever I'm going to put on. So I hope I'm going to inspire you, and I hope you haven't got a whole lot of stuff, but I know most resin artists or creators do. So hoping that there's something that you will be able to do with some of the photos on your phone, family photos, holidays. So I've chosen this one just because it's so sparkly. And this is my old faithful. Her name is Star. And I unfortunately had to have her put down a couple of days ago. She was about 12 years old. But my heart was absolutely broken. So I've decided I'm going to put this picture on one of the coasters. So I had some resin, I had some clear matte varnish in a spray can. So I sprayed the front and the back. You need to seal your print. So it's a normal print, printed off my printer, just on A4 paper. You can also use Mod Podge, also a layer on the front and a layer on the back. And now I'm just putting the this coaster. I just want to work out what I can put on here, and obviously I want her face. So she was just so special to me, and I mean she's just gone through, everything that I've gone through in life. She's been there with me, and I just absolutely adored her. And her favorite thing was this dinosaur, and she always had a ball in her mouth. So just to make things easier, I've just drawn a square around the part that I'm going to use, and I'm just cutting it out just to make it smaller. It's just more easy to handle. And then what I want a neutral background. So all I've done is I've taken some normal acrylic paint. It's just a light gray, and I put a coat over that, let it dry, and it's done. I didn't film that. It was just it would have been monotonous. So it's dry, and what I'm doing now is I'm putting a layer of Mod Podge over the entire coaster. And then I'm going to stick my picture over that, which has been sealed on the front and the back. And then I'm just going to press it down nicely and make sure that there's no air bubbles. And then what I do, I find it so much easier. So I'm just going to stand this now on, I'm just going to stand it on that jar of paint, just so that it's a little bit higher, it's easier. I go around the edge with my emery board, and you will see that it starts cutting the paper into the shape of the mold. So all those little ruffled edges are now being cut. And then what I do is I just take a thinner emery board, and I kind of go in between. And then that just starts cutting the paper, and it's just so much easier. So that's done. And then I'm just putting a piece of plastic down, and I'm going to stand the coaster just so that it's slightly off, it's raised. And then what I forgot to film you have to put something that's going to protect the back. So I've just used some wood glue. You can use craft glue, and I put it all around the edge, and it turns into like a plastic. So you've got to leave it for a few hours. But that's going to protect. I've just inserted that, just as a reminder that you have to do that. Otherwise, your resin is going to go underneath. I've mixed a 1-to-1 resin. I've mixed 50 grams, and I'm just pouring that over the top and then getting it all nicely right up to the edge. And then I am using my isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just going to do a quick spray. You can also use your heat gun because there's no mold there. Covered it, and I left it overnight. And you can see it's come out gorgeous. Now there's that, this is the same piece that I inserted earlier on, just so that I could remind you to do it. And you'll see how it kind of lifts up perfectly. It's turned to sort of like this plastic coating, and you can see all the little blobs of resin that have gone underneath. So that's going to keep your back of your coaster nice and safe. But I hope you've enjoyed this and inspired you. I mean, you can use family pics, just things that are special to people. You know, it's a nice memento. And yeah, I've got my little coaster of my star girl. And yeah, I've turned a coaster that I would have thrown away or I would have chopped up to use in something else. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it's inspired you a little bit. And I'll see you on the next one.